We are joined now by one of our favorite guests. You hear the music. So much anticipation for his new movie, Joe Bell. Please, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Wahlberg is back here on GMA. How are you, my friend? Looking good.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. A lot of Oscar buzz. A lot of Oscar buzz about this new one. And we remember that it was 15 years ago you got your first Oscar nomination for The Departed. And the word on the street is that you didn't want to take that role unless the director allowed you to improvise. Is that true?
Well, there was a lot going on with me taking that role. Originally, I was cast in another part, and then lots of politics and stuff at the studio. So I decided that I wasn't going to do the film, and then Marty asked me to come back to play the role of Sergeant Dignam. And I actually went back and read the script, and I realized that it was a much more fun role because I got to kind of go at everybody in the cast. But I did request that I could be able to be free to improvise at any scene. And obviously, being from Boston, knowing the lingo, I felt like it was a great opportunity to really kind of enhance that part.
It made it.
It sure did. Let's talk about Joe Bell. And it's based on a true story of a dad who walked across the country to honor his son, raise awareness about bullying. And I know you care so much about telling this story.
Absolutely. You know, when I read the script, I realized, oh my God, as a parent, it was important for me to be a part of this, kind of figure out how to be able to listen to my children, make sure that they were heard and seen, and to see this beautiful young boy, Jaden, who was such a light and such a love and was so brave to be himself in a community where he wasn't really accepted, and his dad to not really understand or have the tools and the skill set to be able to be there for his son in the way that he needed, and then dealing with that grief and his mission then to walk across the country and raise awareness and speak to anybody and everybody, whether they were willing to listen or not, about bullying and intolerance and the deadly effects of it.
And you met with Joe Bell's family in person.
Yes.
How does that help you prepare for a role?
Well, certainly I wanted them to understand my level of commitment in dealing with their story and with the sensitivity and respect that it deserved, but also to really understand who Joe was. And he was a very complicated guy. He had dealt with, he was abused physically as a child. And so he thought that by not beating his kids, he was definitely being a great parent. But when Jaden wanted to come out and be who he was, Joe was terrified by that and felt like, that was not a good idea. And he didn't want to allow his son to be who he was and celebrate him and for his bravery and be a cheerleader for him. And he really tried to get him to suppress his feelings and who he was. And that, he didn't get the support at home. So when Joe realized that he was as responsible as the kids who were bullying him at school, it was devastating for him. And it really had paralyzed him for quite some time. And then he got up and he decided that he was going to try to do whatever he could to at least raise awareness and prevent other people from experiencing the same tragedy.
Let's take a look at a clip.
I was too caught up in my own feelings about what other people would think to see how alone my own son must have felt. I should have known how bad it was for him. I should have known all along, but instead I just made Jaden's being gay all about Joe Bell.
And what does that mean, Mark? We talk about a film getting Oscar buzz, but this was such an emotional story. A lot of people remember this story, but going into it and now coming out of it, people are paying attention to this story all over again. More attention has been paid to bullying, certainly, since this story. But now, what do you think we are going to get out of this, that it's now getting the attention that it's getting?
Well, hopefully, whether people are directly affected by something like this or not will open their hearts and their minds and be more accepting of people for being themselves. I mean, it's so important to continue Joe's mission. I wanted to make sure that this story was continued to be told. These tragedies are continuing to happen. And, we just want to make sure the only way that we're going to bring people together is through love and acceptance. And so that's what we want to continue to do.
And one thing I just want to ask you about you physically. You have it right. You had to drop down, had to get thin out a little bit for this role. We know you're a big workout guy. So how are you doing physically, and how difficult was that, just physically challenging and handling this role?
It wasn't as hard. It's certainly easier to lose weight. I just did a movie where I gained almost 30 pounds, and that is hard because you're physically having to force yourself to continue to eat when you're already full. But I always say the key, whether I'm losing weight or putting on weight, is exercise. And then of course the right diet. But much easier to lose the weight than to put on the weight.
You're always the best, Mark, and we only have about 20 seconds left, and just want to say our condolences. We know that you lost your beloved mother in April, and just want to let you know that you continue to be in our thoughts and prayers and your entire family. I know she was so important to you all.
Thank you, Robin. Likewise. Yeah, it's hard because that was always the first phone call of the day, and everybody knows I'm an early bird, and I don't get to make that call anymore. So anybody that does, make sure call your mother every day. Tell her how much
Bless
you love her.
you. All right. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Mark.